Timeless hip hop and R&B. We got a special guest in the building. We got Tome up in the building. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, she got that new record, Fine Pass. Talk about that record a little bit.
Yes. Honestly, I've had this song for like about 2 years now, but I revamped it and really kind of set my intention with it to put it out. I love this song. I think it's just a vibe. It's lighthearted. It's like this thing about, you want a man who's fine and wanting that man, but it's also kind of like a call to a woman to like you're fine pass, and that's the only thing you should have a standard for. So that's sort of the idea.
Got you, got you. Do you have a video for it, or any plans to make a video for it?
And a music video will be dropping with the EP that comes out November 10th.
Talk about the EP a little bit. What can everybody expect?
All right. So this EP, I called it Prelude because it's very much, I believe, like I'm in this. I've been doing this professionally for the last 4 years, but I do
Mhm.
feel like I'm in this new era with my sound and with myself. And so it is very much like a reintroduction to the new orchestra of my artistry, hence the name Prelude. So I really take you on an honest journey of my feelings and thoughts as of late, and also still by the end of it, it's a 6-track lighthearted project, but well, I won't say lighthearted fully, but definitely an easy listen, but impactful and sweet and simple.
You've been doing this for 4 years. This is your first project. I mean, you might be putting out records
Um,
progressively, but talk about some of your past projects.
no, I've had two, three albums, two EPs. I've put out like over 35 songs in total, I believe. I've been touring since like 2019, globally for the most part. So I was touring with like Mr. Easy, Burna Boy, Wizkid. I won a Juno back in 2021 for a reggae track that I have with Sean Kingston. And a Juno is basically like a Grammy of Canada.
Mm.
Being based in Canada, that's like probably the most prestigious award you can receive in music. So, I've been doing it, and I've been doing it pretty damn good
Clearly,
for like
or
years.
clearly. So give everybody your background, because you kind of answered some questions I already had on deck. I got exos out. You know what I mean? You got the Juno Award. You was kid. You Sean Kingston, everything like that. But you know,
Yeah,
man, this I'm. Oh yeah, there we go. It threw me off track because you answered all my questions already. But my bad
my
on that.
bad.
But yeah, but that's all good. But I kind of talk about your background coming up, where you hail from, how you got your start and everything. Talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit.
So yeah, I'm Nigerian and French Canadian. My father's Nigerian. My mom's from Quebec. She's Canadian. I was born in Canada in Quebec. So I am French. I'm Nigerian as well. And I think for me, generally speaking, I try to put all of who I am into my music. I have French records. I have more Afrobeat records for the most part. But being raised in like Toronto, you definitely get a lot of culture.
Mm.
Just sort of naturally, you start to inhabit a lot of cultures from other places because we're so intertwined. So like there's also like a lot of like reggae, dancehall, and just like Caribbean influence as well in my sound because of that. And so I think overall, um, all of who I am really is put in my music and you hear it. And I genuinely just like to give you vibes, but in the grand scheme, it's Afrofusion. But I started making music when I was like 10 years old,
Mm.
on my guitar. And as I just grew into myself and into my sound and understanding more of my roots, I really fell in love with R&B and like soul, but I yearned for rhythm, and that's where I kind of found the fusion.
Yeah, we're here with Tommy over here. She, what I mean, low with the rhythms. We talk about some of your influences and everything. You know what I'm saying? I try to do everything, try to get my accent right. But yeah, talk about some of your influences. All right, I'm talking about artist wise though. You talk about your
Yeah.
upbringing, how it influenced you. Talk about some artists that
Yeah.
influenced you.
Yeah. I mean, man, growing up, I definitely was a huge Rihanna fan. I was big on Alicia Keys. Like if it was when it came down to like covers, I was doing a lot of Alicia Keys covers, 100%.
Can't go wrong with
I
that. I hear that.
Right. Yep.
Mhm.
Um, and I also like on the Afrobeat side, I was really big on what they call when I was younger and like Don Jazzy and the Band because they were just really like killing the game at that time. It was their era, and Wizkid was just starting to come up. And so as I kind of grow into it, my influences started becoming more Wizkid and Burna Boy. Tiwa came onto the scene, so it was a great influence in terms of like a woman in Afrobeat really shining and like paving the way. And then within like the R&B side, it became like Janae Aiko, Erica Badu, I started getting a lot more alternative, a lot more mellow, a lot more like in my soul and
Mhm.
woo and all that. So I definitely became more keen to those sounds. But then at one point, it was just instrumentation. I just liked production. I just liked mixes. And I was that girl in high school that was just on in the creps and corners of SoundCloud listening to just a bunch of beats and mixes. And I just loved instrumentation. Yeah. So I don't know. My influences are everywhere.
Yeah, you got like a team of producers on you. You know what I mean? That rock with you and everything like that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I got quite a lot, but I mean, for
mm,
this next project, this was probably the first time I ever worked with just one producer, which
mm,
I'm really grateful for because it allows you to really shape a sound cohesively. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Shout out to Godflow. That's my G. He's based out here. He's Nigerian as well,
mm.
and we came up with something really beautiful. I work with a lot of different producers though in the last few years. So, man, there's a lot of people in this discography for sure.
I mean, we just mentioned, your influences and everything like that, like Burna Boy, Wizkid, and everything like that. But you actually got to share the stage with them. Like, what was
Yeah.
that point where you was able to take that leap, where you're actually sharing the stage with people look up to and got influenced by and everything?
You know, for that one, I definitely have to thank my father for that because he was a humongous part of my career and what it is today. He started, I mean, I really started dabbling into Afro fusion by like 2018. I just like invested in my own project at that time. And then my dad heard it and he was like, this is very Afro R&B. And he was like, "Hmm, you have something here." And he was very big on show production. And he has a brand called Keys of Music, which really was about influencing Pan Africa within the diaspora. So North, South, East, and West, and producing that. So he always brought a lot of these artists through. And through that opportunity, it was like, do you want to perform? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you got to release music. And I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing it. So it kind of all happened at the same time, but I'm extremely grateful because that's what allowed me to have the door open for me. But I kept it open because I mean, I'm an actor. I was very keen on making sure that my performance is something that will leave you remembering more. And that's what got me the opportunity to go to Europe with Mr. Easy, which ended up working out because Burna was kind of touring at the same time. So I got those opportunities because of the performance I put on. But if it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
big old pops, big up your pops for real. So, you kind of mentioned, your stage performance. Like for somebody who hasn't been to a Tome performance, what can they
Oh,
expect?
everything and more.
I,
Everything and more. Man, I don't even know. I mean, I always like if it's really like if I really have the time, I got my band, I have everything that I want. I like to really take you through a musical. That's how I see it. You're not really coming to a show, you're more so coming to a musical with my soundtracks. And I really take you through a story and I really want you to be like engaged from beginning to end. Even if you don't know the song, you're just going to enjoy the performance. So, it's safe to say that it's everything and more.
I, there you have it. Yo, but
Hello.
so outside of music, what you got going on?
Ooh,
Are you all just locked
Jesus.
into music?
I mean, generally speaking, I mean, I'm also acting on the side when I can.
Mm.
I mean, that market, it's very up and down, right? So it's like you can have a big break tomorrow, or you're just kind of chilling and going with the way. So
Yeah, yeah.
aside from acting, I'm definitely having a few activations. I'm planning on getting back touring and everything of that nature, but focus really is this project and the music for now.
I hear that.
Yeah.
You touring the states at all? I mean, I know you mentioned you go overseas and everything like that. You come to the lower 48. You come to
I'm
America
hoping
often.
so. Take
Oh,
the
yo,
book me, bring me out, bring
we
me
got to book
out.
you out in Connecticut. We got right make that happen for real. Hey, that's crazy though. You been everywhere, so you haven't had one show in America.
Oh, I
Dang.
was just wait, hold on. I was just in Atlanta like 2 weeks ago
Okay.
for the ACC festival out there. So I did perform
Okay.
at that festival. But and I've performed at like SOBs in New York and Maryland. I performed at the Forum Music Hall in Maryland, DC. So I've dabbled, but I haven't necessarily been like big.
Let me ask
Fillmore. Oh
you.
my God. It's Fillmore Music Hall. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I heard it. Yep. Yep. So kind of explain like the difference between performing in America and in Canada. We neighbors and everything like that. I always wanted to go to Caravana. Like I think that's in Toronto, I
Oh,
believe. That looks
yeah.
crazy. I'm
You do
I'm
have to
assuming you
come.
went. Yeah, like talk about that, like
You know what's so
the
crazy?
vibe. Yeah.
No, it's so crazy. I have to be honest. I like to keep it real, but most Canadians are not gonna rate me. I have never been to Bana. That's what we call it. Caravana is like Bana, but
Oh, okay.
I've I've seen it. I've gone to a lot of events around, but the actual parade festival, which is like what we're known for and what is probably a great time, I've never been.
Why
That's
not? What happened?
well, I don't know, friend. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't
Oh,
know.
my bad.
I,
Like
I don't know.
you acting like I don't even know if you know about this. Like that's like asking you like, yo, did you ever go to Freaknik or something back in the '90s or something? But it's
I
old
don't know what
land.
it.
But
I don't
yeah,
know what it is. I was always like, yeah, I'm cool to go to the events after, but
yeah.
just to walk that strip, I don't know. Honestly, I know I'm missing out, but
Mhm.
yet I don't have the urge to go. That's
Right.
just, but it is an amazing time, and I recommend anyone to do it for sure.
Yeah, I've been saying I'm gonna go every year for like the past I don't know how many years, but I'm eventually get there. So let's get back to the project of Prelude. Like you kind of mentioned like your aim, but like how many records gonna be on there? Like the vibe. Like
Yeah.
what can people expect more in detail?
I almost feel like it's to expect the unexpected, especially if you're a fan of me and you listen to my previous works, expect the unexpected. It's definitely more gonna be vulnerable and a little honest as well. Like you hear Fine Pass, so there's some fun and there's some bop in there too. But for the most part, I'm hoping that everyone takes away the message of the project and the understanding of where I'm at and what is to come.
Yeah.
So it really is something to expect the unexpected, but it's going to be a beautiful body of work regardless. And I'm very proud of it. And I hope everyone else is too. But it's about it's when I say it's sweet and simple, it's like 6 tracks, 13 minute. It's
Mhm.
like it's an easy listen, but great music. That's no doubt.
Absolutely. I mean, tap in with a told me. But yo, from a songwriting standpoint, you just mentioned it just now. It's like the content. Like, do you do a lot of your own songwriting and do you write for others?
Yeah, I honestly want to write more for others. I do
Mhm.
feel like I have a really good niche for that. I love
Mhm.
to write, so I think I'd be able to really write for a lot of people. But for this project, it was primarily me and one other person that helped me out on a couple songs. Shout out Bolu, an amazing artist out here as well, Nigerian and killing it in that scene too. But he helped me with a couple songs, but most of it was like really me and I had a lot of writers in the past. This project, I really wanted to be as intimate as possible with myself.
Mhm.
But yeah, I love to write. I love to write. I love to write all different genres from like pop to R&B to hip hop to rap. Like I try to dabble in everything really.
Do you put your hand in the actual production side of it too? Like do you
Oh
kind
yeah.
of like okay, talk about that. Like what what you do on the production side of your music.
Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be the one that's going to press the buttons and
Mhm.
it's not me. No, no, no.
Yeah.
But I know I know what I can envision what needs to be heard and I know
Mhm.
what instrument would sound good and I can definitely come up with the melody and that's what I always try to do and I'm with the producer, especially when I love creating from scratch for that reason because we can really create the project and the sound together. So it's more so of an executive production standpoint, more so than I'm really down in the nitty-gritty. I'm kind of more so on the side and chiming in and adding to and adding melodies and trying different things on how we can build the song better. But yeah, production in of itself, I can play guitar.
Oh, I mean, don't gloss over that though. Like, have you
Right.
ever played guitar on any of your records, or you ain't ready to, put that out
It's
to the public
funny.
yet?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I was working on acoustic version of a few of my songs and doing a
Mhm.
project of that nature, but I still have some ways to go with my guitar in terms of my actual skill. So we're still on the basics, but not basic. We're intermediate, but it's cute.
Okay. So let me ask you this. So this upcoming project is gonna be an EP. Like, when do you actually expect to do a full album, full length album? A
Yeah.
whole
I'm
Tome experience. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, yeah, that would be my third album. I plan to probably do that like in 2024. By God's grace, that's the plan to release an
Mhm.
album in 2024. But it's still very much the music is there. It's just the planning and making sure that everything's sorted to make sure it gets the best release it could possibly have. So
I feel
I'm
that everything got in line right. I feel you. Yeah, absolutely.
excited.
So yo, what's coming down the pike? What I mean, moving forward. Like, are we almost in 2024? Like, other than that, what else you got
Yeah.
coming down
Yeah,
the
no,
pike?
I mean, primarily, I mean, I was so silent this whole year.
Mhm.
I very much am just kind of coming out of my shell at the end of this year, and want to just let everyone know what it is and what is to come, but to just really go through the process with me. So at the end of this term, you got the project that you're really going to be able to enjoy till into 2024. And then ideally by February, you'll be seeing some more music. You'll be seeing some more activations, some new things I'm working on, but we keep it silent for now. I'm just in the works.
I bet. No, we ain't keeping this sound. We gotta get down to Connecticut. Like, yo, the hell, Afro fusion, Afro beats, everything.
Yes.
Like, do you feel like you guys body reggae? Cause like I don't know, like is it a little kind of like a shadow beat between? I feel like Afro beats, Afro fusion. I feel like I'm forgetting one. Afro something. I don't
Oh,
know. I feel like you
we
guys
do it
taking over. I could
something.
be wrong. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
To be honest, when it comes to reggae dancehall, it holds its own weight. I don't
Yeah.
care what everybody says, like, because when there's a song that comes out, everybody's bumping it, and a lot of Afrobeat people are on it just as much. So I think it's right now there's a lot of Afrobeat records that are topping charts and are in people's faces and are definitely being heard, but I won't give any less respect to their community because they're incredible, and they also paid a lot of the way for Afrobeats to be heard on a mainstream aspect too.
I
So
mean, oh no, man. Like hip hop came from Jamaica. You know what I mean? So pick up reggae. This ain't no shot at reggae. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just. I mean, I feel like it sounds very similar in much ways. Like you can hear the
yeah,
influence, but you can tell the
yeah,
difference at the same time. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I think both is dope. So that's great.
that's it.
Give everybody info how can stay in tune in tune with you and everything you got going on moving forward. We're gonna play
Yes,
your record. I'm gonna
sir.
cue it up. Find Path.
You guys can follow me on all social media platforms, Tome Official. So that's TOME official underscore on everything. Find me on all streaming platforms, TOME. But yes, here go Tome, baby. And this is my new single, Find Pasco. Listen to that.